Hi everybody, RJ here again. So in this video, we have gone through all of the steps of the Kait wizard. In what I've done in this particular example, and because of the purpose of this video, I want to showcase all of the tools that Kait as an agent has access to, and to give you a little bit more of an understanding of how the chat function actually works. So as you'll see, I've configured it in this step 3. I gave it the Tesla Model X manual, and I chose autoverse mode, and I gave that the command that I previously, as well as the temperature that I previously had in the step 3 video when going over the autoverse mode. So in all of them, no matter what you choose, after you configure the settings, you're going to click chat. Now, once you do that, you're going to see this chat window pop up. Now, keep in mind, if you are utilizing this for your business, it's not as if you're going to use what you see here. I'm going to get into what it is that you guys have to do in a moment. That's related to the embed function. But before I do that, I want to kind of showcase how Kait operates as an agent from a chat conversation and how she's able to utilize and access tools. So depending on the mode that you have, and in this one being autoverse mode, she has a standardized introductory message. So, hi there, I'm Kait, a digital employee for Tesla Model X, which is the entity I gave. How can I help you? Now, just to showcase kind of the comprehensiveness of what she's able to answer, I'm going to ask a rather specific question, and I'm going to do it in a pretty informal way to showcase how the natural language understanding of this is one of the main features, and we combine that with access to tools via automation. So let me just write this very quickly. So I tried to write that in a way that was informal, because this is not a chatbot. This system is not brittle. GPT-4, the large language model upon which kind of drives this, is state of the art in terms of its natural language understanding, combined with our own custom language chains and architecture. You're able to interact as you normally would talking with a person. So, as I mentioned that here, hello, I just purchased a Model X. I didn't know what the towing capacity was. Because of the embeddings, our own language chains, etc., you'll see the response quality in which that Kait's able to operate at. And also an interesting point is that in her chat, she leads conversations by asking questions. So because I gave her the command of that you're a customer support representative, normally if I was going to ask, if I was going to rather reach out to somebody and they told me, I just bought this new thing, but I don't know if XYZ happened, you're probably going to start it off, if you work for the company, you would probably start it by saying, hey, congratulations for purchasing this thing. These are the subtle nuances that differentiate these from just very simple chatbots. That's the natural language understanding combined with the direction, the prompts, the architecture, etc. These are the things from a customer perspective. When when this agent is interacting with users, they will feel that, oh, this is probably this seems like a very human response. So it says the towing capacity here is depending on the wheel size of your rim. If your Model X has this particular configuration, it can tow up to that, so on and so forth. And let me just show you very quickly. This is page 104 of the Tesla Model X manual. And you'll see here, depending on the wheel rim size, this is the maximum towing capacity, 5,000 and 3,500, which you'll see here, it falls under this category, so up to 5,000, and depending on this category, 3,500. But also that it takes into consideration that I said 4,300 pounds. I did that on purpose, just a random weight. I want to see how it'll handle those things, and this is the point of it not being brittle. But here's another interesting part of how these agents work. You'll see here, if your loaded trailer weighs more than 1,000 pounds, Tesla recommends that it be equipped with a brake system adequate for the weight of the trailer. I did not ask for that. Did not ask for that insight. But again, if you look here, you'll see that it's taking that into consideration. So that's why the data you provide is so important and relevant, because it may not always be as perfectly manicured as this Tesla Model X manual, but you can still doctor your own data to give to your agent, depending on what it is that you want them to do. I wanted to showcase, how it's able to kind of pull all of these things together. But now let me talk a little bit about the tools. As an autonomous agent, they should have access to tools the same way any of us do. Now, the tools that currently she has access to in these modes are email and calendar invites. So in this example, let's say the user said, okay, well, this is good to know. Can you email me this to the email that I provide? This is something that would be useful to someone. And this is just in this customer support representative example, but in whatever it is, whether it's a pitch deck analyst, whether it's a research, whatever the use case is, the ability to email yourself and email anybody else is something that you would want from your agent. Those are one of the core tools available to Kait and to an agent. And in step one of our configuration of the wizard, when you see that integration page, that's where this comes into play, because I'm about to show you the email that she's going to send. The email that's provided is not from my own personal Gmail, as you can see here. That this is something that it came from our own generalized email system, but look at the quality of that response. If you were to build a regular chatbot to do this, it would take you, if you had a great team, weeks, or even longer if you're really trying to build this out. So email is one of the core tools that she has access to. Now, the other tool is calendar invites. Now, this can be used in a variety of different ways. But in this example, I told Kait that she was a customer support representative. And I even said in the command that if an issue can't be resolved, to schedule a diagnostic. So I'm going to say to her, you know what? I don't like this. Please schedule. And I don't even have to tell her schedule. Just please set up a meeting with your manager and me at 3 p.m. Miami time next Tuesday. And this goes to show again the kind of the understanding part of it, where by saying Miami time, the agent has to know that it's Eastern Standard. By just saying manager and me, I'm not saying please schedule me a diagnostic. That would be ridiculous, right? Of course, no person is going to use that keyword. But based on the workflow provided, the agent knows that, well, one of the goals that I want is to schedule a diagnostic. So I don't have to say that here, but the agent still knows, okay, well, that is the goal I want to follow. And as you see here, I'm sorry to hear you're not satisfied. I'd be happy to help set up a meeting with my manager. I did not tell the agent who the manager was or so on. This is that natural language understanding of large language models. This is where that benefit comes in. And again, another point of this that is a part of our architecture is the conversational memory. 2 messages before I said, hey, email me this, which was a separate, task. Email me this, but she remembered that I had already given to it, and then she's just asking to confirm it. So I'm going to say, yeah, that's the one. And what she'll do is send an invite to that particular email. So that's kind of the ability of these agents in being very adaptable to whatever that use case is. The tools that we're kind of talking about here, there's really no limit in terms of where can we go with this. So right now, yes, the tools that we offer for our agent, specifically Kait, in all of these modes are email and calendar invites or meetings. In social verse, which there's a separate video for that, and here's just to show you. You'll see it correctly identifies the content of the conversation that we provided. These are again, those things where for a small business owner or for somebody that is starting a business, being able to have that out of the box hopefully is valuable. And the key thing that I want to say here as well is that the tools that she has access to, those will expand over time. The social media integrations, if you remember from step 1 of the launch of the launch wizard video, there was Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Currently, those 4 channels can only be accessed in the social verse, but that's just another example of tools that can be accessed by your agent, albeit currently in that mode, but still able to be accessed. And our vision is that these agents should be able to utilize thousands of different tools, that this is just that beginning. And that's the reasoning why we believe Kait is kind of the start of the foundation, what it is that we are doing, because her ability to access tools and call on them depending on the context, nothing being hard-coded, that is that next step of evolution in personalization, automation, and so on. So I wanted to showcase how we go from step 3, the wizard, into the chat, but also the tools that Kait as an agent will have access to. Everything you've seen thus far, she will have access to all of those except in two modes, which is socialverse and dataverse, where she only has access to the social media posts and the social media accounts in socialverse, and in dataverse only being able to interact with that data. But hopefully this kind of gives you some context in terms of how you can interact with her, the underlying logic behind it, and honestly, I hope that you all get a bit creative in terms of this. I want to see, we all want to see what is it that you can do with Kait. So I hope that was valuable. Hope that was interesting. And until the next video, thank you.